Hello everybody, welcome to the broadcast. We'll be getting started here very shortly. Now here's the thing, it's raining as you hear above us, so honestly, I hate to say that I'm going to get this show underway and see where it ends up. We have a thunderstorm watching on effect, so y'all cut us a little bit of a break. Now today for this painting, I already applied the lamp black to the canvas about almost a month ago. I'm going to use some red, this color red by the way. Oh, wrong way. There you go. I'm going to be using that. I'm going to bring in some tandem white if time allows. 1.5 inch flat brush. If I have time, I'm going to be using a fan brush for some stars. I have my trusty spatula. We're going to be using the sponge a lot, and I got a wet brush standing by. Of course, I have it in water. I have a little trick I'm going to show you. I'm going to do some blending today. I'm going to do a space painting to bring in the what NASA found just recently. I did apply a brand new coat of lamp black on the canvas, like I said. I like using lamp black, preferably over Mars black. Okay, so we're going to get the show underway and do what we can in case, we have a power outage or something. We want to do some of the artwork and continue with it at a later time. I'm going to go ahead and get started now. Again, welcome to Palmer's Art Gallery. And if it's your first time viewing our little live show on Mondays, welcome. Just put a little bit on the palette. Again, welcome to the show. I'm prepping my brush. This is a damp brush. It's not soaking wet. I damped it already. I prefer to do it like that when I'm doing space paintings. On each live broadcast, you're able to view it on Facebook and also on our website. Here, starting next week, you'll be able to view it also on YouTube as it happens. Pretty cool, ain't it? Moving up in technology. Due to your generosity and donations to the gallery, we are able to afford canvases, paint, supplies, and some hardware stuff. So keep on with your donations. They are much needed. Today I'm using an 8x8 canvas board. I heavily textured it using extra lamp black paint about a month ago, give and take. It's just paint on here. I don't know how I did it, but when you apply too much wet paint or anything wet on board, it tends to, fold up or crack. But not with this little baby right here. So again, welcome to the show. Let's go ahead and get started to see where it takes off. I'm going to be dedicating this one paint to the new galaxy that NASA has found this recently in a discovery mission. Now, I don't know if it's going to turn out like that, but we'll see. Doesn't hurt to try, right? I've been wanting to work on this painting for a very long time. I think next month we're going to do the same painting, but different texture and a bigger canvas, of course, but we're going to do something called the Dutch pour technique. Again, I'll be with that one for next month. Similar to this one, I'm going to do the Dutch pour and see how it turns out. I have not tried a space painting that involves a Dutch pour. I've been wanting to try that out, see where it goes. So that will probably be next month. Right now, I'm making my brush very flexible because there's a lot of blending when it comes to space painting. A lot more in details, stuff like that. Oh, looks like I haven't washed my brush that well. Bad on me. That's alright. Adds more features to the artwork. Load up your brush. Let's get started. I was going to use just apply paint to a knife and see where that takes off, but not today. Right now I'm going bright first to bring it out a little bit. Remember, rotate your sponge. I mean, you can easily do this with a normal brush, but I prefer a sponge. Again, if it's your first time, welcome. Just rotate your sponge. And honestly, I don't know how I'm doing this today with it storming. I thought I would be canceling or postponing this show for another day, but here I am. I've been wanting to do this painting for a very long time. You have no idea. If it rains even harder, I might go ahead and just postpone until next week, which it sounds like it is gonna downpour. I'm using a wet brush. I'm going as long as I can, guys, so give me a break. Stamping your brush a little bit. I'm going to take out some of this red. Go back to the sponge. Ooh. Look how beautiful it's turned out already. Next week, I will be trying out our brand new webcam that's coming through Temu. Look how beautiful it turned out to be already. And yes, you can apply water to acrylics. There's the hit. Let's do that a little bit more. There, a little bit right here. Not too much. Took out way too much paint. That's alright. We're trying to bring in some realistic stuff, like this painting. Will that ever do ya? If it rains any harder, guys, I will go ahead and continue this painting a little bit later. Again, we're dedicating this piece to that new system that NASA has found, when was it? 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 by now. There's a lot of blending that takes place in space paintings, a lot more than usual. Next painting I'm going to do for space is going to be a Dutch pour, for sure. Probably the same painting, but a different way of doing things. And right here, I think I'm going to plant that one star, maybe. Let's do some stars real fast. I got a feeling that we're going to do we have to finish up at a later time. I just got that feeling. And don't be mad at me if we have to go that route. Do some stars real fast, and I'm going to come back with more red. It's like a off red. It's like a mixture of red and orange. Load up your fan brush. That. Now, I seen this on Facebook. A little bit. I like the toothbrush much better. Oops. I think I like the toothbrush much better, guys. The toothbrush method. I can thin out some of this white too. You can hear how hard it's raining out there. I might have to go ahead and conclude the broadcast just for safety reasons for my equipment. But let me see real fast what I can do real fast to thin it out a little bit. You know what? Let's leave it like that. This is not my fault, the weather. Oh, I'm seeing some magic. You guys see the magic taking place right now? Again, this is acrylic paint. Alrighty, try some of this. Little finger smudges. So, let me think. I'm just having fun tonight. Y'all don't mind that, right? I'm leaving that there for intentional purposes. Again, this is an 8x8 canvas board I'm working on today. Alright, so with it being raining, this is where I'm going to stop at for now. I'm going to come back next month with this one painting. Again, it is raining pretty hard out there, and this is my stopping point because the paint is wet. I needed this first part to dry, and I can come back and probably, you know what, I'm just going to bring it back next week if that's okay. Maybe on a Tuesday. You know what, let's do 2 shows next week on a Monday. Y'all good with that? First show would be what do I have on my events page? Let's take a look. Let me take a look real fast. I have to remind myself what I'm doing next week. I know I have another painting this weekend coming up. We're going to finish up the texture piece later on this week. I think I'm going to revisit this one painting on next Monday. And we will go ahead and do a Dutch pour of another piece. So I might start with a Dutch pour next week. Same painting, different technique. Dutch pour is with a hairdryer. Y'all remember that, right? Then after that, I'm going to bring... Wait, we could start with this one first, right? Start with this one first. I have a better webcam coming. And after this one, when we get done with this one for a little bit, we can start with the Dutch pour. That sounds like a plan? I'm going to leave this video on Facebook possibility. I don't know yet. What do you think? Might as well, right? Anyways, this is a start of a painting. And I'm already seeing some magic taking place just standing here. You see how this is more thicker than up here? This is what I want. This is what I appreciate right here, that magic. I'm not even done. Hold up. Sorry about that, guys. I'm playing with paint right now. And it's good to use a knife when you're mixing paint. FYI. That's what I'm doing right now, is mixing paint. I love that color. But we're going to be revisiting this one painting next week. Let's see. I thought I was going to be done for now. Then, where's my other brush? Let's use the fan brush. Ready for this magic? This is I'm just picking up any brush right now. This is a 12-inch fan brush. I'm going to go up on this. Just thin it out a little bit, up. You can go side to side if you want. I'm already seeing the magic take place. I'm going to look for a liner. Should have got more well set up. This will do for now. I want to see some magic happen before I take off for the night. We need it, bring out the clouds a little bit. Then I'm going to use my trusty sponge to thin it out. Just thin it out a little bit. There's a lot of activity going on back there, as you can see. You can use your wet brush if you want. I have one soaking in the water. Bring out some of this black from probably too much red right there. Alright, we are at a stopping point for this program just because of the storm. I do not want our lights to go out and I'm being on camera, if you know what I mean. So, we used a lot of brushes today so far, right here. Next week, I'm going to bring this one back, do a Dutch pour on the same program, same light feed. So, I can't wait. So until then, see you next week. God bless you, my friends.